How you doing, folks? This is Ron. I'm Grover's from Ron's Beers. I got a beer to showcase today for you. It's quite the beer. Back in Black. It's from the 21st Amendment Brewery out in California. It's out in, was originally in Cold Springs, Minnesota. I don't know what year they moved to San Leandro, California. That's where they are now located. There's a picture of Paul Revere on his midnight ride from Boston to Cambridge, through Arlington, Lexington, Bedford, Lincoln, actually not Bedford, yeah, Bedford and Lincoln, and into Concord to retrieve, get a hold of the cache of rifles and weapons and black powder that the terrorists, as they called them, the Minutemen had stored out there and fighting the Redcoats, the British, the English, the Lobsterbacks. I had a number of names for them. This is a Black IPA. It's brewed with real dark malts. It's a 6.8% ABV by volume of alcohol at 65 international beer units, as you can read here. Give you some information on the brewery. The co-founder is Nico Freccia, F-R-E-C-C-I-A. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Nico Freccia. It's a year-round beer, as I said, and as far as the flavoring of hops they put in this, and which is nice because they label that on their webpage. The flavor hops for flavoring Columbus and Centennial. Columbus and Centennial are the flavoring hops. The bittering hops are Columbus. Then it's dry hopped with Centennial and Simcoe. Again, it then gets dry hopped with Centennial and Simcoe. As you know, it's ale, so it's a Tom fermenting ale yeast that's put into this. They have the malts, Rahr Pale malt, R-A-H-R, Rahr Pale malt, Crystal 451, Crystal 451, Munuch, and a debittered black, they call it, debittered black, are the malts that go into this. That can, as you see, Back in Black, this was inspired, actually the brewery, the name, actually to a certain extent, from Boston, what happened and so forth. Not the brewery in the 21st Amendment, but this beer here we're talking about. I got it kind of confused there. It was inspired by the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. That's why the black can, and I don't know if you can see the Paul Revere, the way the lights are shining on it. That's Paul Revere riding through. He never did make it to Concord. He got caught. His other associates, Prescott, I think he got caught, and William Dawes. I think Dawes is the only one that made it. Could be wrong. Could be Prescott that made it through. But they all got alerted, and farmers and people and tradesmen and blacksmith and all those people, the Minutemen they were called, got together on the Lexington Green. They all got there, collected there, got their rifles from Woburn, Wilmington, Bedford, Concord, second parish of Woburn, which was Burlington, Andover, Medford. Like, Monotony was the name of the town of Arlington now, and Somerville, and Belmont, and all the towns gathered on the Lexington Common, which was shot heard around the world. Okay, enough on that aspect. Now, the 21st Amendment, as we all know, repealed the 18th Amendment. The 18th Amendment, commonly known as the Volstead Act, started prohibition. The name of this company, this brewery, is 21st Amendment, which brought back the 21st Amendment, like I say, repealed the 18th Amendment, the Volstead Act, And that Volstead Act is was actually two guys, really, mainly a guy named Wayne Wheeler. He was in some group called No Saloons or Saloon One or something about saloons, and he wrote up in the whole bit about putting prohibition forward, and got the Senator Andrew Volstead, got him on the legal aspect of it. He was from Minnesota, senator from Minnesota, and between Wayne Wheeler, Andrew Volstead, they put together, with some help from other senators, and then they just ended up having prohibition. Well, like I say, the 21st Amendment came along on the 5th of December, 1933, and ended the prohibition. Okay, that's that aspect. I go on these tangents. This Black IPA, it's a year-round brew. You can get that yearly. Should you want to go there, I think they have. I didn't get much off of their web page as far as their address and so forth. All I know is San Leandro, California, and that's where it's located. There is a famous, I think that kind of some of this inspiration of this was from the 21st Amendment. There's a restaurant in Boston on Bowden Street, 150 Bowden Street, and they actually it was men's club way back in 1899. It was built, and basically it was just a men's club. Back then there was just I guess men could just have clubs and no females were allowed. And there was actually this building that is now the 21st Amendment restaurant, not brewery, it's a restaurant that's in Boston. And it's on Bowden Street. It's pretty popular. It was originally, when it was built, called the Bellevue Pub. The Bellevue Pub, which is now the 21st Amendment restaurant in Boston on 150 Bowden Street. It really pushed the name of the 21st Amendment, and this is kind of an inspiration to New England IPA, which they kind of labeled it, these IPAs, these juice bombs and so forth, New England IPAs, and this is what the 21st Amendment out in California kind of is leaning towards, what you're seeing. But anyways, with no further ado, I've been wanting a beer. It's a rainy day here in New England, and there's good old Paul Revere. All right, with no further ado, let's get a glass. There's one there. It's the one that I still haven't looked into why it says trust the pig. Okay, no further ado, let's move this way so I have my hands in the way of progress. Do we see any kind of no kind of I thought we'd see some kind of water vapor. What a wow. Yeah, precisely. No water vapors. I like to see them. Alright, let's get a pour. Gee, look at that pour. Wow. That is a nice looking beer. And then now you can see the words trust the pig. And geez, that is a good looking beer. It's a brownish head with really, well, I'm gonna say real tight bubbles, all the same size. And it's a good looking beer. I don't know what you folks think. Whoa. Who's walking by? Oh, gee. Alright. I wish I could whistle like that. Well, this is the beer. No further ado, let's see what it smells like. Oh, yeah, it's malty. It's a malty, very malty aroma. 21st Amendment Brewery, very malty. And I got it. Usually when they have this maltiness aroma. They're sweet, and I hope this isn't that sweet. It says well balanced as far as with the hops, 65 IBU. So no further ado. It's good. If anything, it's a good beer. It's a good beer. I'll be drinking this today. My loving wife always picks me up stuff. Let's see what this is today. Onion and garlic potato chips. Onion and garlic. Well, I guess I won't be kissing with her today. That's for sure. She'll run away. Onion and garlic. Oh well, I'll have to ask her and tell her. Let's see. I had some chips with garlic. Wow, that isn't nice. Some chips with garlic. Oh, the crowd likes that, huh? Well, that's good to know. All right, the crowd likes the onion and garlic chips. So, well, anyways, with that said, no more humor. Got my beer. That is good. So, like I say, I got my treats, my snacks, I should say, and I don't have. No, I do. Gotta thank Jerry for it because I still am getting beer nuts. I enjoy them. Jerry Fort kind of introduced this to the beer enthusiasts, beer reviewers, and everybody in the beer world on the YouTube. Thank you, Jerry Fort. All right, that said, I'll stay here, finish the beer, eat the chips, and that said, have a good day, folks. Ciao.